Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we continue with the series on planning. And in terms of planning, we have now already looked at the P and the L. So go back and look at those videos if you haven't yet. And we look at A today. Acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of progress. So I understand that this could have gone with P's, but I think that it's important that we speak about it on its own. And this is something that we see often. I saw it in my own journey as well. And that is that when you start out on a ketogenic diet, especially if you're doing this for weight loss, you will find that you will lose very quickly. A lot of weight very quickly. A lot of it is water weight. And then it slows down. This is normal. Okay, this is completely normal. The thing is not to get completely hooked on what the scale is saying, because the scale is not the only measure of progress that you have that is out there. You could find that you are able to do something as simple as cutting your toenails without getting out of breath. Something like being able to go down a pant size, being able to do one smaller hook on your bra. There are many different ways to measure progress. And the issue that we usually find is that when you have gotten used to that kind of large amount of weight loss right in the beginning, you expect that that means if you lost, let's say, 5 kilos in your first week, that every week you're going to lose 5 kilos. That's not going to happen. If you lost 10 kilos in your first month, that's well done. But it is going to slow down, and it doesn't mean if your goal was 50 kilos that it will take 5 months to lose. Your body adjusts and adapts, and the important thing then is to adjust your calorie intake. So go back and look at the very first video, the P video, as well as the blog that goes before that, because you need to actually adjust what your calorie intake is based on your current weight. So for every 7 to 10 kilos that you lose, you actually need to then recalculate what your macro should be, because your body's needs are different. You might also find that you become more inclined to be active as your journey continues, which is a good thing. So even if it's 10 minutes of walking, which increases to 20, which increases to 30, being active is really important. And that also affects what your calorie intake should be for you to be in a complete deficit. But back to acknowledgement. So in terms of this video, what I'm trying to get at is you need to acknowledge your progress in other ways as well. Are you going down in your clothing size? Are you finding that you have more energy for activities? Are you finding that your rings are a little bit looser on your hands? Are you finding that your shoe size goes down? Because that also does happen. There are many different ways, but please do not get on the scale and see that it is now a kilogram higher than it was a week ago. Or even, let's say you go out and you indulge in a glass of wine and you maybe have a slice of pizza or whatever the case may be. Tomorrow morning when the scale is up, you did not gain a kilogram of fat overnight. It's not possible. Okay, that is water weight. It will go back down again. The important thing is to remain consistent. When you do see the scale go up, because our body weight fluctuates throughout the day, every single day. When you do see the scale go up, please don't give up. Please don't see that as the end of it. The only way that you can fail then, in that case, is to just throw in the towel and say to yourself, I was doing really well. I've now gone a whole week without losing anything. Acknowledge where you are. Acknowledge what you are doing. Acknowledge if you are not being consistent in whatever your plan is. If your plan is to be in a calorie deficit, you need to have been in a calorie deficit for at least 30 days consistently, and that's at least 80% of those 30 days, to be able to say, I have been consistent and I'm not losing anything. I'm not losing any centimeters. I'm not losing in terms of seeing a difference on my clothes. I'm not losing in terms of being able to walk a little bit faster, walk a little bit further. If you can say that there's absolutely no progress in 1 month, then you know that you are not in the calorie deficit that you need to be, and it means that you then need to adjust your calories down by 100, 200 calories, and then stay in that range for another 30 days before you say that it is not working. It is imperative for your own long-term success and sustainability that you are able to measure your progress by more than just the scale. The scale is only one of the tools that you have at your disposal to measure your progress. So I hope that was very short compared to the other videos, but I hope that it has reminded you that number one, you need to acknowledge your progress by more than what the scale is saying, and two, you need to acknowledge when you are not actually being honest with yourself and being consistent if you are not seeing progress. So stay tuned for the last of the videos in this series, and that is the N. And the N is for normalizing this as a lifestyle. Bye-bye.